All right, well, there it is. Not just Raycon, but Saturday night's main event, and we'll shortly talk about WWE Raw, everything coming out of Saturday night's main event that we watched. But Jim, a photo that made the rounds from that night, I believe CM Punk.
Oh, boy.
I believe CM Punk was the one who put it out there. But it was CM Punk.
That makes it even better. He's the ringleader.
It was CM Punk.
He's the fucking Eddie Haskell of this son of a bitch.
With some of the other title holders in WWE, Jade Cargill, who won the Women's Championship that night, Cody Rhodes, the World Champion, or WWE Champion, one of those two is one of those belts. And of course, Ricky Starks from NXT, who is one of the champions there. Is he the NXT champion? I'm not even sure.
He had a big old belt on him.
But that photo went around. It was another post that some people attached that photo to another one from a couple days ago of Mariah May or Blake Monroe with Ethan Page backstage, and they're both holding belts. What do you think of the photo, the idea behind it, and putting it out there? And just everyone's been buzzing about the idea here, all these guys and girls that were in AEW, that were title holders there, that were stars there, and that all left for one reason or another. It wasn't necessarily the right thing for AEW.
Well, first of all, the belt thing is secondary. And because I get on AEW, everybody's got a belt. Several of them have more than one. There's 25 or 30 of them. That's epidemic. But in the WWE system, there are quite a few belts also. So to be honest, that just a belt itself is not the honor it used to be, and not the ha-ha, ooh-hoo moment when Ethan Page has some kind of belt or whatever. But what a couple of the belts are, and more importantly, the personalities in the picture. That's what not an aha moment, but a rub it in your face moment, or a fucking, well, back at you, motherfucker moment, whatever. That's it, because you have both of the male world champions out of really two world champions in the biggest company on earth. You have one of the women's champions that was an AEW project at the start. You have Ricky Starks, who was pretty much, I mean, Tony will pay these guys to fucking sit around and do whatever show, like Okada show up and be lazy, or like a lot of them, just when he don't want to deal with their issues, he just sends them a check. But Starks actually just was like, just get me out of here. I'll just go. And, so that's a thing. But they were all on his roster. And if you want to narrow it down to two, both at different times and both for different reasons, he had both of the current men's world champion, now sound like Page, in the biggest company on earth on his roster. And we don't know the reason why Cody left, because they've kept that private, and I respect that of them, that they've been able to do it for the most part. But just the idea that he would let him, out of all of the executive vice presidents, this guy is the one he would let go over any other before any, whatever the case. And secondly, the other one is the guy that he let go because of his jackass vice presidents. Right there, that's the... Am I crazy?
No, you're not the crazy one. Tony was. If you really look at the roster and the roster makeup, and again, the people that are not there, and I'm not talking about Malachi Black and Rusev and Andrade. I'm talking about Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, the people in the photo, Ricky Starks, Jade Cargill, Mariah May. Ethan Page was a notch below them, I would say, in AEW. He's done a lot better since leaving there. But those were all, other than, I can't say about Ricky Starks, and it's not his fault, it's their fault. They were all priorities Jade Cargill was a priority. They gave her a belt and a push and let her say shit all over TV. Cut the shit, Tony. That's what we first knew her for. CM Punk was the biggest star in the history of the company during the most successful period of time in the history of the company. And they blew that because of the nature of AEW. Cody Rhodes.
The children.
You know, Cody Rhodes, it's the children too, but the issue with Cody isn't the children that were not necessarily appreciative of Cody. It's the one child. It's the main child. And that's Tony. And Ricky Starks just never had a chance. I mean, I know you could say they pushed him with Big Bill as the tag team champion. Ricky Starks as a heel or a babyface got a better reaction than most people. And when you think back to that segment with him and Adam Copeland, where he called him bug-eyed and Adam Copeland flipped and just cut him down on TV, and Ricky Starks didn't even get a chance to really do anything back, look at the choice there. Like, who would be more valuable to AEW today? Adam Copeland, who's there. Well, he's supposed to be there. He's injured, or he's not injured. He left because his wife got hurt by FTR in kayfabe. Or Ricky Starks, who was someone the fans chose. You gave up on someone the fans chose. And
how about this? How about if, and I'm not saying actually do this because he wouldn't have fit and it would be putting Starks in another shitty position. But if they had put Starks in something like Moxley's group instead of Yuta, or if that giant push for Garcia, remember where we couldn't get away from him for like a year? And there's been no change, no growth, no evolution, no blah. Imagine if Starks had that behind him in that company. Maybe that might have moved something besides their bowels.
Yeah. And, Jade's development has been better under WWE, obviously, than it was in AEW, where there really wasn't. I mean, day one, she was kind of who she was the last day. There wasn't any development. But again, it goes back to the bigger picture. You look at the AEW roster now, you look at the lack of star power there, you look at, just how not exciting the content is right now. And then you look at all these guys here. And for everyone who said CM Punk is such a cancer, causes problems, causes fights, the fucking guy looks like he's having the time of his life and is happier than I've ever seen him ever right now. And, AEW's lack of structure is a big part of the problem for everyone's issues over there, but I guess it's just a symbolic photo. I mean, no one said fuck you, Tony in it, but it's kind of a fuck you to Tony.
It's ironic. Isn't it ironic? It's like rain on your wedding day, or all those other things that said that weren't actually really ironic.
Alanis Morissette.
There you go. Isn't that ironic?
That you don't remember her name?
Yes.
Don't you think? Well, that's the photo controversy, Jim. And now let's get to WWE Monday Night Raw. A show this week from New Mexico. I have to say, I really love the way the building looked.
Yeah, because it had the big, long oval shape and low and wide so that you could see all of the people. I don't know how big the place is, but they said it was sold out and jammed. And from the shot, they had a small entrance and a narrow aisleway and etc. So I would imagine it was close to. But what else they got to do in Albuquerque besides make left turns, or Rio Rancho, I should say? That's suburban Albuquerque. Is it not? Brian, you used to live in New Mexico amongst cave dwellers.
I have flown over New Mexico, I think, maybe, but I've never been to New Mexico.
I thought I've seen pictures of you in the cave dwellings out there in the cliffs of Dover that's next to where the alien land down there, Roswell.
You figured me out.
There you go. The last time I was in Albuquerque, they didn't have suburbs. It was like 1986.